back. Well, how much reading will your child do this summer?
Tons.
Yeah, you think so? Or not? Well, kids want to break from their homework, but you want to prevent that summer slide. So how do you get them turning the pages this summer?
That's the key. You want their nose in a book. Kelly Hughbanks is back from the Milwaukee Public Library with some fun ideas to keep kids engaged no matter what library you happen to be able to visit. Nice to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
We all talk about this summer slide and the brain drain, and we're like, it's almost like as parents we're afraid going into the summer because we think their brains are just going to pop out of their heads and shrivel out and die. So how do you feel is the best way to keep kids engaged and wanting to read during the summer? Not just something they're required to do, but wanting to do.
Well, that's the best part of summer, that there are no assignments, so kids can read what they like, and that's one of the best ways to get them reading, is find out what they like. So I tell parents, don't ask them, what do you want to read? Instead, ask them, what do you like? And then you can find something to read based on that.
Okay, so kind of pick genres and different things like that. How about in terms of just our area, Milwaukee, and our literacy level? How does that compare to other urban areas?
Well, if you compare Milwaukee to other large urban cities, we are at the bottom of our literacy levels. That's why it's so critical that we get all of our children reading over the summer, because if you just read 4 to 6 books over the summer, children will maintain or even increase their reading skills.
Okay, that's worth repeating. So 4 to 6 books. And these don't have to be 400-page, as my son calls them, true fact, nonfiction books. This is any kind of reading. 4 to 6 books is a good benchmark, at least, for preventing that brain drain that we talk about so often. Okay. Right. So how do people participate in you call it the Summer Reader, Summer Reading Program?
Yeah,
how
the Super Reader program. They just have to come into any Milwaukee Public Library and they can sign up. They don't even need a library card. Of course, we encourage them to get their library card, but they just have to give us their name, and we ask for their address and their phone number, and then they're signed up, and they'll get a reading folder. We've got a sample over there. And
what's included in that?
They track the minutes that they read over the summer, and then there's 3 different levels, and for each level we give them incentives to keep them going to get to the end of it. So we've got coupons for fun, great things to do around town. We've got food coupons, we've got the Pizza Hut, we've got the Cousin Subs, and then at the end they get a free book for their home library.
That's fantastic.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So what does it mean to be a super reader? Do they qualify in different levels of the program, or is it just being a part of the program?
It's an attitude, and we have the Super Reader promise right there. And so we ask all children to take this promise, and they say that they will be a super reader this summer. They will read things they like. They will read at least 15 minutes most days over the summer, and they will come to the library at least 3 times this summer. And we tell kids, too, that reading, they can have someone read to them, or they can read to someone else. So they don't even have to really be a reader. They can just sit down with someone and read a book together.
And we talked about the power of that as a parent or caregiver, or even as a sibling, friend, to be reading and to be read to. A lot of families during the summer are looking for not just fun things to do, but things that are free, because it seems to be something that kind of zaps our wallets a little bit if you go every day to do something. What kinds of things does the library offer that are free to families?
Oh, we have hundreds of programs, and our programs, we've got them in the afternoon, but we also have evening and weekend family programs too. And I brought a couple books because we have some books that are celebrating some anniversaries. We have Clifford is the 50th anniversary, so we have several programs to celebrate Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Love Clifford. Yeah.
Yes.
I love him.
And we also have Where the Wild Things Are is celebrating its 50th anniversary.
Yeah, Google just had the coolest thing the other day. Did you see that? You got to click on it and it had that
you can watch the movie.
Yeah, that's super fun.
And we're even having a tea party for the Very Hungry Caterpillar at the Bayview Library.
I love this book.
And
the pictures are great. Whoops, there we go.
We also just are celebrating fun stories that kids like, with like the Captain Underpants. Those are the silly, silly stories. So
seen a lot of those books in my house.
So we have a lot of book-based programs, and these are kids that are fans of it. And maybe they're not even quite a fan yet, but if a parent brings them into them, they can get them hooked onto it. Because when the kids come to these programs and they're like, I want to read them all.
Yes.
So it's a great way to get them interested.
And there's the power of suggestion, because I remember growing up the Sweet 16 series, and that was something that like everybody, all the girls would tell each other about. and say, you've got to read these books, and you'd get a set of them,
Yes.
and you would want to.
Yes.
You know, so there's that power of suggestion between
and everybody
siblings
talking,
and friends.
everybody talking about what they're reading.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love that what you brought here also are some really fun nonfiction books, because for a lot of kids, fluency and comprehension in the nonfiction realm tend to be a little bit more difficult. So you have some great options there. And also for slightly older readers, those tweens and teens, if you go to the library, they can make some great suggestions on books that are popular with that age group too, which is super fun. So here's the information for the Super Reader Summer Program happening at the Milwaukee Public Library. It's going on now through August 29th. You can visit any library that's close to you. You can find out more about which one is close to you by going to mpl.org/summerreading. You're on Twitter and Facebook. You also can sign up for weekly email updates, which is great by visiting that website as well. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.